Yeah, but I think it's got to do with your true self or something also, because I mean, I sing in English, and I know that lots of people don't understand anything of what I sing about. And then there was that time where I tried to figure out, what do you do in between the songs on stage? Do you say, the next song's called, it was written by me, and, I was sad at the time, now I'm not. Or, do you just say something about the song? And then I was asking myself, do I say that in English or in German? And I was like, I probably have to say it in English, because otherwise people won't know that I'm English, because everybody in Germany sings in English. I could just be, German singing in English. How will they know? And then if they don't know that I'm English, the first question is, when you meet them after the show, is, why don't you sing in German? You've got such a nice voice. It's like, okay, I have to explain. So then I started explaining, and then I thought, it's so boring though. I don't even want to hear it myself, because, who cares? And now, I last October, I was able to support a little tour of a German artist called Michy Reincke, and he was very, very successful quite a few years ago. Had a massive hit, everybody knows it, with his band Felix Deluxe, and I don't know whether they just broke up, or I don't know how that all came about, but he founded his own label. He's got his own booking agency. He continuously puts albums out every couple of years or something, and sort of doesn't play massive big tours now. He plays usually just with his with a guy on a piano, and he himself plays the guitar. And the people that go see his shows are sort of 40, 50, 60 years old. And I knew that those people will not understand me. Maybe they will understand parts or fragments or the title of the song, and then, but that's about it. So I thought, okay, I have to change something. I can't go out there and try and be the diva and say, hello, good evening, blah, 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 because they'll just like it. Even if they really like it, there's still something that stands in between us that we won't really connect. And then I started to speak a lot between the songs. Actually, I don't know what happened in the last year, from trying to just say this next song is about, to saying nothing at all, just being the diva, to talking to the people in German now, in between the songs. And sometimes I explain, sometimes if I can see, you see it in their faces partly, they're just like, what is she on about? And then I sometimes say, yeah, I know the first question that you're probably going to ask yourself is, why not sing in German? You've got such a nice voice. Well, I tell you why. You know, my dad's from England. English is my first language. That was the language that I learned love in. And it feels really awkward. I could write an essay about politics in German. No big deal. But that you don't want to see on stage. So that's my heart, and that's in English, and that's what you get. And then they're suddenly all fine with it. And they're like, oh, lovely, okay, yeah. But it's good that we understand her in between, isn't it? Yeah. And I talk like little anecdotes or stories about the songs, or literally just things that pop up in my head randomly. I just talk to them in German. And then, well, sometimes I say, there are some songs where I know that there was a situation that triggered it, or that was happening while I wrote it. And then... And that connects them to the song. Then they listen to the song with that knowledge of the story behind it or something. And then even if they don't understand every word, they sort of get the song and they connect with it more. And that really helped. Because actually, I think it always really helps if you stop thinking about convention or what people should or shouldn't do on stages. Because if you just do what feels... not just what feels right, but what feels true and connective, then it's probably the way to go. And that I found out in the last year, and that's really helped me a great big deal, because now I know it's no problem to write in English as long as you sort of pick the audience up. If they don't understand you, then you have to help them to understand, or sort of build segues for them to be open enough to listen to the song, even if they don't really understand it, and just, take in the vibe and the melody and stuff, and obviously, words and fragments that they might understand. And that's really made a difference. Suddenly they really start to connect. Although obviously the people that listen to Michy Reincke's music, where I was opening the tour, wouldn't really listen to soul or R&B music. But if they know the backstory, then they're suddenly fine with everything. They just listen and they just, you know, walk along with you. Thought that was really interesting.